Hello YouTubers. So you start off.
Hello, welcome back to a video with Sylvester McCoy. Today I'm joined by my mad, sad brother Jonathan, who is, as you can see, a fan of the Seventh Doctor. And the reason why we're doing this video is because a little while ago I posted a thing on my Facebook group about what sort of stuff would you like to see me do with my brother. And
I told you that, wasn't it?
Someone said, can you have Jonathan talk about the Seventh Doctor's costumes?
I would have quite happily done this without being dressed up, but Matt forced me to do it basically. So
he loves it.
Sorry about this.
He loves it. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Seventh Doctor's outfits over his 3-year tenure, and you're also going to show off bits of your own costume, which I would argue is probably the most accurate costume I've seen a person wear. I mean, other than the man who actually owns the original costume. Obviously, you actually have a couple of original pieces from the Seventh Doctor's costume on you. So let's just delve straight in. So here's the first outfit that he wore. So this is from Time of the Rani. Jonathan, talk us through the outfits. Like, what are the main components that are different from this costume to later costumes? Because it is slightly different.
So the scarf is is the first main difference. The tartan scarf only appears in that one story.
Yeah.
And then in Paradise Towers it changes. Why they changed it, I actually don't know the reason why. Do you know?
I was going to say, didn't they change it because they thought it was a bit on the nose because he's Scottish?
Oh, it could be, possibly.
I could be making that up, but
don't know.
Okay.
So that's the big difference.
Yeah.
And obviously the other difference is the fact that he tucks his jumper, the pullover, into his trousers.
Yeah.
It's like a right lunatic doing that. So thank goodness they changed that and told him to sort himself out. And also the red braces that he has over the top as well, they disappear. You only see braces again later on in the following season in Creature in the Galaxy, and they're different colour. They're
Silver Nemesis as well.
Oh, do you? Silver Nemesis?
I think so, doesn't he? When he's led down on the hill, and he
you may see them then. Okay, fair enough.
Then.
Apart from that, and obviously the fact that the hat is, I think, his own. Possibly. Was that his own hat in season 24?
Yeah.
And it's much more battered and it doesn't hold itself very well for the whole of that season.
Yeah.
And then season 25, it's the same band, obviously, the same type of hat, but it's firm, and they've obviously treated it with something, I assume, to make it much more robust. Yeah. And then obviously that stays the same then for season 25 and obviously 26, the same but different colour hat band.
Yeah. So what about the rest of the costume? So what's he got on him? You know,
what's he got on him
in comparison to like what you're wearing?
Well, I didn't know his underpants were like, but he's got the jacket, the grey jacket.
Yeah, because he's got the thing at the back.
He's got it's got the belt, you know, and
this was tailor-made, wasn't it?
This was Baron Boutique, I think, of a company.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have got these now.
Yeah.
But they're the most accurate one that I've seen.
Yeah.
It's pretty accurate, really.
Yeah.
Save the fact there are no inside pockets. Which
is really?
Yeah, for these. So obviously I did.
Oh, right.
And
the brown one as well.
Yeah, so I had to have my own done for those. But I mean, again, that's just choice, really.
Yeah.
Apart from that, though, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Obviously, the jumper is a key. The pullover is a key part of his outfit, whether you like it or not. And obviously,
he had several, didn't he?
He had several, throughout his 3 years. You can tell because the question mark by the point of the V is different in different stories, and that's how you can tell. Also, I think the shade of the jumper is slightly different as well, just very marginally.
Yeah.
But key things are that you've got 6 rows from the bottom up to the point.
Yeah.
So if your jumper doesn't have one like that, it's not proper. And then, this is unfortunate for mine as well, but from the 2 pockets, there should be 7 question marks between, and unfortunately mine doesn't have 7, mine has 5. But when I had this one, which was made especially made in England, but I did it through...
you got that from Gallifrey Base, yeah.
There was a big run of these a number of years ago. In order to get... I wanted the 6 rows, so I had to have the extra small.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it meant that I didn't have 7 across. So there we go. That's life.
It was a compromise that you had to make.
It was a compromise I had to make.
Yeah.
So, but I'm very happy with the pullover. I think that there's some terrible ones out there.
Yeah.
Sorry, some really awful ones. But this is
Yeah,
very, very.
Well, they went to the original.
They had
swatches.
a swatch of the jumper, and they based it on that. So it's
and they went through because I remember when it was being made, didn't they do it, and it looks good, but they were like, no, it's still not right.
Yeah,
so
they went through a few stages of changing them.
to get it right.
To get it right.
Let's just talk about this in comparison to off-the-counter cosplay, like the Levarzi jumper.
I'm sorry, but that is not a good jumper. The Levarzi. I know a lot of people have them and think they're wonderful, but the colours are all wrong.
Colours are very pale.
They're very pale.
That's like blue, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's really weird.
The Levarzi jumper is not for if you're going about accuracy. I know a lot of people don't care about accuracy, but I do. This is my thing. That's why it's taken me years since I was like 16. I'm 35 now, trying to get things right.
And you're still buying
I'm
stuff.
still honing things a little bit and buying things and looking. So if you don't care really about that, you just want something which is like general, then that's fine. Levarzi, and I do have one actually, just as like a backup. But really, the colours are not great on the Levarzi.
Yeah,
much more accurate. This one, obviously the umbrella. I ought to mention that because obviously this is another key component. So as we know in season 24, in Time in the Round, he doesn't have an umbrella. He uses the one that Colin uses occasionally, but not very much, but a little bit in the episode. Then in Paradise Towers, he's got an umbrella, but it's a black one like this, but just an ordinary wooden handle. And then obviously from Delta and the Bannerman onwards, he has the trademark question mark umbrella. There are at least 2 of these umbrellas that he had throughout the run. In fact, in some episodes, he uses both umbrellas. I watched Survival the other day, and in Survival, he has the umbrella which has the popper on, so over here, and in other scenes in Survival, he has the one with the button loop, which is the one that I've based mine on. You can tell it's different as well because the ball over the pointers here, in some it covers it completely, in others it doesn't.
Yeah.
Also, the little black bit in between is much longer in Delta and the Bannerman and in Dragonfire, but in Scene 25, Great Show in the Galaxy, Paradise Towers, Happiness Patrol, like this, smaller, hardly at all.
Yeah.
So there were at least 2 umbrellas. I mean, I could be wrong. There may have been more, but there were at least 2 that he had.
So one had a popper.
Had a popper stud, yeah. So you can see that in stories like Great Show in the Galaxy, in Remembrance of the Daleks, and then in the early ones, in Delta and the Bannerman, in Dragonfire, it's the button loop one. Yeah. But also, you do see that again in Survival.
Yeah.
As well, so it's a mixture really.
Okay.
Of the 2.
Let's talk about your umbrella because again, so this isn't an Abby Schott umbrella.
No.
This is again custom made.
Yeah.
It was a run on Gallifrey base.
Yeah.
Talk us through
years ago
why this is better than the Abby Schott one.
Abby Schott again. If you're not worried about accuracy, then it's marvelous. And if I was a kid back in the 80s when if that Broly came out and I'd been pleased as punch,
Yeah.
But it's not very accurate because the ball doesn't cover
the spokes.
The spokes.
Yeah.
And that's really what should happen. The spokes, I don't think
they're not little metal
ones either. They're bigger,
covered ones.
Covered
which
ones.
is, I think, a health and safety thing that they have to do on umbrellas.
Oh, is it? Oh, right. Okay.
I think so.
Fine. So that's not quite right. The shape of the handle is very good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the colour, whether it's a bit too dark.
It's very dark.
Yeah, I think the red is too dark.
Like getting on for a burgundy.
Yeah. So this is lighter, I think, which is more in tone with the actual one.
Yeah.
Obviously, the strap is completely wrong. It's got Abby Schott thing on it, which is
Doctor
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
So that needs to come off.
I have seen one thing because the Abby Schott one came in like a sleeve, didn't it? With all the question marks on.
Yeah.
And I've seen people go out cosplaying as the Seventh Doctor with the sleeve still on their brolly.
Oh dear.
And I think, what is going on?
Yeah, that's not good.
It's like, geez, you've got everything else.
Yeah.
All right. You've got the brolly.
Take it off.
Take it off.
Yeah.
You never had that. What's going on with?
No.
There's plenty of source material online.
And I think it's a Velcro strap. I think
it is Velcro. Yeah.
So obviously that's not right. It needs to be either a button, which obviously is quite unusual these days.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of you probably know the story of the button one. I'm not going to go over that now unless you want me to. But
you can find that out in our Review of Death Wilderness Years video.
Yes, there's a story about how I managed to acquire the button for the brolly, but yes, that's for another time. Or look it up online. So I was very pleased with this umbrella.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I've had loads of different ones in the past from various places. I've got
Shop was one.
Who Shop. I've got the Abby Schott one as well.
Yeah.
And I've had other ones, and they're never quite right. But this one is,
I don't think you'll ever get.
I don't think I'll get anything bar the original. And I know the guy that has the original, or one of the original, it's in a terrible state now.
Yeah.
That umbrella. But yes, I mean, bar the actual one, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
So
other things, so the scarf. So this is a Lavatsi scarf.
it is, yeah. I mean, I know it's not ideal. It's pretty good.
It is pretty good because we were talking about this the other day. So this Paisley scarf he wore in all 3 seasons, didn't he?
Well, I think he did.
Yeah.
Now, I know that I've read somewhere somebody thinks that in season 26, the brown coat, it's a different scarf. I don't think it is. I think it's the same one from Paradise Towers until the end. But if I'm wrong, I apologise. But as far as I'm aware, I can't see much of a difference.
We looked this up the other day because I was helping you do costume stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same scarf.
Yeah.
And I think the only reason why it looks different is because the contrast between the brown coat and the grey coat just makes it look ever so slightly different, but the pattern seems exactly the same.
Yeah.
The thing that I would say about the Lavatsi scarf
is the colour.
Again, the colour. I don't know what it is with Lavatsi and their colours. Like with the first Tom Baker scarf that they did, the season 12 one, the colours on that were appalling. No offence, but they weren't great. You know, they were very pale and not good. But then when they did the season 18 scarf, that was really well done. Yeah. And when they did the season 16, the longer scarf, and I've got the short version of that, the colours on that are spectacular. They're like absolutely perfect. Yeah. I mean, I've often thought like, I should probably get a season 16 scarf from them. I don't want to upset Mother because she spent so much time knitting that.
Yeah, doing that for you.
Yeah. So again, here, like this red, this is like a burgundy colour. Yeah. But if you look at the photos, it's really red. It's like
it's very vibrant.
It's a very vibrant coloured scarf.
But, you know, it's fine, and I'm happy with it. And I had a very similar one previous to this. Which was very good, but this is slightly longer, as it should be, and it's thicker, which it should be.
Yeah, so it's quite wide, isn't it?
Yeah,
and that bunches up.
And that's fine. So, happy with that.
Tie,
Paisley tie should be red and silver, ideally. Mine's not quite right, but it's the best. I've had a few. This is the best that I've find.
It is very good because it is
the pattern is correct.
Yeah,
it should be more silver and it's more a bit bluey. So I'm still on the lookout for a more accurate tie. You know, searching eBay now and again. White shirt, straightforward. Shirt changes slightly in season 26. It's got a sort of broader collar. Particularly, you can see it in Ghostlight. You can tell this.
Different, isn't it?
But generally speaking, white shirt will suffice. Trousers, I'm pretty pleased with my trousers.
Your trousers are very good
because they are hard to come by, and I've had these for years and years and years.
I remember when you got them. I remember when you found them in that little catalogue.
I found them in a catalogue many years ago, and somehow I still fit in them, and they're the best that I've seen. They're not perfect. There should be a green sort of stripe, and mind this doesn't have a green stripe, unfortunately, but compared to some other ones that I've seen, you know, it's far superior.
And I remember, like, when we first started going on Gallifrey Base, the amount of people who messaged me were like, where the hell did your brother get those trousers from? Because I've never seen anything as good as those trousers. Because I think here's a slightly... Yeah, it's just that bit of green, isn't it?
Yeah.
That you're sort of missing. But yeah, I don't think I've ever really seen anyone with trousers spot on, or as good as what you're wearing.
And then they're turned up at the bottom.
Yeah.
As they should be, as he does as well. And then shoes.
Yeah.
So again, not easy to find.
No.
Well, that's not quite true. I mean, there are some you can find them quite easily, but to get the right pattern and the right shape is very difficult.
Yeah.
So these I've had also for many, many years. These shoes.
Do you think you had a couple of pairs?
Possibly, I would have thought so.
Yeah.
In some shops, they look quite light. If you look in season 25, the colour of the brown is quite light. But if you look in the first season, season 24, they look darker, reddishy in a sense. Browny red. So I've got to base mine on that season, really. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with them because not easy to get, and you can get the patterns vary.
Yeah.
And mine, I think, are pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Not perfect, but they're pretty good.
You can get them, like you were looking the other day to see if you could find anything again. Like you said, you're always trying to hone the costume.
Yeah.
And you found something, but they were pointy tips at the end.
See,
which
at least mine are the right shape.
Yeah. And also you basically made these, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to paint them. They were just brown, and I had to paint white paint, you know, in the correct places.
But they look good.
To be fair, I think most people probably wouldn't, from a distance, wouldn't really realise. I don't know.
No,
you know. Pocket watch. Mention the pocket watch.
Yeah.
So interesting one. This one. So in season 24, Sylve has his pocket watch, and as you probably know, it can be either two ways. So it could be this way, or you can have it like this. So in Time of the Rani, it's the other way.
So the chain behind the lapel.
Chain behind the lapel, yeah. So it's like that in Time of the Rani. It's like that in Paradise Towers. It's the same in Delta and the Bannerman, but not in Dragonfire. Dragonfire, it's the other way around. Okay, the chain is still hidden because in the first couple of stories, he puts the scarf over the chain.
Okay. Later
in season 25, the scarf goes under the chain, and that's how you see it then from then on, and also in season 26. One little difference is there's a slight change because in Delta and the Bannerman, when he's in the TARDIS and he's trying to stop the bus from crashing, there's the bit when he's in there and he's putting the force field round. The chain is the other way around because that was shot during Dragonfire
when they had the console room set up.
Correct.
Right.
So there's a little inconsistency there.
Yeah.
When he comes out the TARDIS, it's the other way around again because they shot at different time. Also, notice as well about the brolly. I should have mentioned this, that you may not have noticed. In Delta and the Bannerman, the end of the brolly is not painted. It's still goldishy, yeah. But in Dragonfire, it's then painted red. Just a little point for you to notice that.
Last thing that we haven't mentioned.
Oh, I haven't finished about the watch yet.
Okay, sorry.
So that's the way the chain works. Then from season 25, remember the Daleks, exactly the same. It's like this. From then on, though, it's the other way around.
Okay.
And then the watch itself, we see it in a number of stories. My brother did a very good replica for me, which I'll show you now of the watch. It's extremely good.
So there's a Hunter's pocket watch.
Hunter's pocket watch, yeah. Gold, but coloured.
On a silver chain.
On a silver chain,
because
yeah.
some people think it's gold chain.
No, it's silver. It's a silver chain. And then this is the inside that Matt, he's very creative, built for me. You can get them on eBay. I've seen some. In fact, there was one very good one the other day that was
£20, wasn't it? An
it was
actual working Casio
one.
watch.
Yeah. Maybe I should have bought it, but I didn't. I'm quite happy with Matt's one. So you see it very clearly in the beginning of Silver Nemesis. You also see it in Survival. You see it very briefly in Happiness Patrol. And I think very briefly, in fact you hardly see it because it cuts away, in Paradise Towers.
Okay.
He's putting it away, you don't actually see it properly.
So the only other things to really talk about are the hat band of a handkerchief.
Oh, the handkerchief. So of course the handkerchief in the pocket. So this one here then is one of Sylve's actual ones. I bought this off eBay.
Oh, that's the real one. Right.
Yeah, this is the real one. This is one of his tobacco handkerchiefs. That's one of them. I don't know if it was used for the hat band or used for the pocket, but nevertheless.
There's some holes in it, isn't there?
There are a few marks.
It's been threaded through something.
So maybe it was on a hat band. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can see them there.
Yeah.
Of course, it may have been that they sewed it into the
his
pocket.
So it didn't
There is that as well.
Yeah.
That's very possible. So this is one of the ones that he wore, which I bought on eBay a number of years ago for a ludicrous amount of money. Not as ludicrous as the amount of money I spent for the brown one, but we'll come on to that later.
Wow.
So that is one.
Just
don't
unfold it.
It's fine.
Holding the shroud of Turin.
You are basically. And you know, Tom, this is the Ken True, the designer. His he's got authenticity. There we are.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Says the BBC
Just a
on there.
Paisley handkerchief. Thank you. So there we go. So that was £450.
Whoa!
And obviously the same thing, excuse my hair, around the hat band. So the thing to notice is in season 24 and 25, where it's tied, is on the right hand side. In season 26, the brown one, it's the opposite side. The tie is on the other side, on the left hand side, when he wears the hat. And this pattern is based on Greatest Show in the Galaxy, that season 25.
Because it does change, doesn't it?
It changes slightly, yeah. So that's that.
That's everything. That's everything from season 24 and
Season
season
24,
25.
season 25, these are the key sort of components, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Season 26.
I just generated my costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, obviously, different here. He's got quite a different... Well, it's not quite different. There's some subtle changes.
Yeah.
So, why don't you... So, talk us through. What are the main differences?
So obviously, season 24 and season 25 are, very similar.
Yeah.
And then season 26, the darker season, the Doctor's more mysterious in this season, and they try to show that by changing, really, elements of his costume. So the key thing is a different colour jacket. That's the most obvious thing.
Yeah.
So when you look at Battlefield, the first story to be televised, not the first to be filmed.
Fenric was
the first to be recorded. When we see him, you can't tell at first because they're inside the TARDIS, and all the lights are down because the set was falling apart. So they keep all the lights down, and he's busy working, and his jacket's off.
Yeah.
So you can't tell. Hasn't got his hat on. When you see him outside the TARDIS, then you spot. Oh, first thing you notice, he's got a new jacket.
Were you surprised?
Shocked.
Did you know?
No, because I was obviously watching Doctor Who at that time.
Yeah.
I was 6 years. No, I wasn't. I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
And I'd watched everything from Time in the Rani onwards. So it was a bit of a shock because obviously there's no internet in that anymore at that point, and so
And there wasn't really any trailers for it.
no real trailers for it. So I wasn't aware. So really, watching it on that day, or that evening, it was a shock. But oh gosh, they changed his outfit. Not so much of a shock when he came back in '96 for the film, but more about that hideous outfit as we go on. So anyway,
that must have been quite. It always seems quite exciting to think of you like watching.
Yes.
Old Doctor Who. Like, As it was going out. You know,
Something that you missed.
I missed that. I mean, the only thing I had was the TV movie, and I didn't actually watch it when it went out. So we watched it on video.
We did, yeah.
Did you watch it when it went out? The film.
I don't think so.
You watched it live.
I watched it. I don't remember. I remember watching it with you on video.
But I remember the video came out. Something weird happened. Like the video ended up coming out like the day before the film aired on telly.
Did it?
Something weird.
I don't remember. So brown jacket, exactly the same style.
So it's a safari jacket.
Safari jacket, yeah, same style as the grey, creamy one, the grey one. No difference really, bar the colour. Same style. Has the same band at the back. The same. Well, I should have said that there's 2 pockets at the top.
On both jackets.
On both jackets. A lot of people when they cosplay have the main one on the left, but actually you should have one on the right as well. He often puts his umbrella in and hangs it off, like so.
One thing I didn't mention last time, like the flaps of the pocket.
Yeah, there are flaps, and they like so. And sometimes you don't see it in the brown costume, but in the grey costume, sometimes he has the flaps out.
Yeah.
And sometimes he doesn't. I always keep them in. I prefer it for them in personally. And the same obviously on the on the big pockets as well. So I like the brown outfit.
Yeah.
I like the grey one as well. Don't get me wrong, but I quite like the brown one as well. The pocket watch is always like this. The chain is on the outside, never the other way around. Trousers the same. Jumper. Obviously, I said there are a number of them, but nothing major there changing. Shoes the same. As far as I'm aware, the scarf is the same. I mean, I know I have read where some people think it's different, but as far as I'm aware, it's the same. Obviously, the hat is the other one. We've got a brown band around the hat, and this time I said to you the bow is on the left, not the right. And obviously, the left-hand pocket, we've got a brown handkerchief, and this again is a very recent purchase. This is another screen-worn original. Which are very rare.
Incredibly rare.
There were quite a few of the red tobacco handkerchiefs that they bought. Ken True, the designer, bought them. There were not so many of these. This was a lady's headscarf cut down. Much bigger, huge thing. And this is a portion of it. And
it feels like it. It doesn't feel like a handkerchief.
No, it feels like a headscarf. Yeah.
It's sort of silkier.
And this was, again, either in his pocket or on his hat band. I assume it was in his pocket. This one.
I think it probably
don't think
was.
it would fit around the hat band. And
because I tried fiddling around with it. For a laugh.
Nice to have this because they're very rare. There aren't many of these about. So I was pleased to purchase this again for some ludicrous price that I won't tell you, because it will frighten you. I expect to know the price. So of course there's a brown tie as well. The tie is different.
Changes, isn't it?
Changes, yeah. Similar style to the previous one. Darker. Again, very hard to get. Exactly. Very difficult. I'm quite happy with my one. I think mine's pretty good.
It's got like the blue in it, like
it's got the blue in it, like his does. Yeah, you don't often.
Really good actually.
Yeah, so I'm quite happy with my one. I'm more happy with this than the other scarf, the other tie.
What about the hat? So obviously we didn't really talk about the hat. You mentioned that
hat, yeah.
In his first season, it was probably his own tatty one.
Possibly, I think that might be the case. I'm not 100% sure on that one. So again, the style, the same Panama style hat, and
with like a little ridge.
There's a little ridge, yeah. You can get various ones. You want a sturdy one, basically. There are some that I've seen and actually purchased and had to send back because they were too flimsy. They need to be sturdy. You can tell this.
And you spray yours, don't you?
I spray mine with a
hair lacquer type thing.
stiffener to try and keep the shape.
Yeah, and it works because like the other day when you got this was quite soft. But you can sort of hear it and feel it, particularly on the brim. Sorry, I have a panic attack. I'm just drawing a hat. I can see it on your face.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Obviously, what about Custer Fenric? He has an
Oh, Custer
additional
Fenric. Of course, Custer
costume
Fenric is interesting because he has a duffel coat
Yeah,
for the first episode
yeah,
and the very, very beginnings of episode 2.
Yeah.
The duffel coat was Sylvester McCoy's own coat
yeah.
that he brought along and he wore, and I'm currently looking to find one.
That's better because you've got one.
I've got one, but it's not so good, and there is a very nice one, but it's extremely expensive, and it's so accurate, but I can't really justify paying for that at the moment, so I'm looking elsewhere.
Let's look at the TV movie outfit. You've got misgivings, haven't you, about this costume?
You have to realise that this was such a shock to me when I saw this in 1996.
How old would you have been then? I was 4. You're 9 years older than me.
13.
So you were 13. But obviously you'd seen images.
Yes.
By that point. So
In
you
the,
knew
in, the,
that
in,
it
the,
was
in the Radio Times, I saw images, and I just thought, oh God, what's happened? What's happened to that costume that I
loved.
grew up with?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know people hate this costume. And I know that. But you see, he was my doctor, so for me,
You have an affection for
I
it.
do. Yeah, and I know it might seem crazy, and it might
does.
say but he was my doctor, and I do like the outfit.
I like it, it's great. Me, all right,
I do like
question
it.
marks aside.
Okay, I know people don't like that, but I even like that. That I even have a
A fondness for it.
yeah, I do. Anyway, so it came to the movie in '96, which obviously was a big gap from '89. No Doctor Who on TV since then. Well, a few repeats and things, and then then we see this. I saw this outfit, and I could have cried. If I'm honest with you, because the only thing that remained from the outfit was his hat, this brown one,
Which he brought along himself.
which he brought along himself.
He wouldn't have had that.
Probably not. Everything else,
And he offered to bring the brolly.
did he?
He offered to bring the brolly, but they said, no, we don't want you to bring that. So he brought the hats
Foolish.
instead.
That would have
He
made
also,
that would have made that film good.
He also brought, again, I don't think you actually see it, he also brought the watch.
Did he?
He did, yeah.
I mean, the trousers are similar style, but
Yeah.
they're not the same by any means.
Very different, aren't they?
But you can see that they've tried to keep them
that,
in
yeah.
the style. But
Fair play to them.
the shoes are different.
Yeah, they're sort of, I think they're like suede brown ones.
Yeah, they're different. The jacket is like a tweed jacket,
Yeah.
brown but lighter. Again, it's not the same. There's a waistcoat this time. The question marks have
red
gone.
one, yeah.
Even the white shirt is quite different.
Yeah, it's
More stylised.
Yeah, it's like an Edwardian collar. The
Yes.
collar, I think, is curved.
Yeah,
like the
that's right,
edges
yeah.
are not pointy.
It's got a tie, but
The tie is like dark brown with like black
not Paisley, is
zigzag.
it?
It's not
No.
Paisley at all. No.
So the only thing he keeps then is the hat. Yes, that was a big shock for me. Nah, just didn't do anything for me. I wanted to see him wearing this again.
Yeah.
Or the white, or the
Yeah.
and the fact
Which is your favourite out of the two costumes?
I like I like the grey one the best.
Right.
I think it stands out better. With the red, I like that. The brown one is fine as well, but I prefer the red. So the TV movie, yeah, I'm afraid the outfit, yeah, I was not keen on at all. I know most people probably prefer it. Is that right?
I think a lot of people do because
it's toned down.
Yeah.
But you see, I like that. I like the vulgarity of it. So
He obviously had a couple of other ones.
did he?
He did, yeah. From the New Adventures novels.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know anything about
wouldn't
that.
know anything about that. It's just because I got them here.
Yeah.
So let's look at this. So this is Original Sin. He's had a few variations of this outfit in the books. So what do you think of this? Obviously, it's sort of like his season 24 outfit, 24, 25, but stripped down.
Yeah,
Are
do
you a
like
fan?
it? No.
Why not? I thought you quite like that because he's still got the Paisley Scarf, the jacket.
Has he?
Yeah, there's Paisley Scarf.
Okay, yeah.
And the hat band.
Okay, he's got the hat and the scarf. But apart from
and
that,
the jacket.
Yeah,
is
but it's-
similar.
no, the colour is completely different.
Yeah, this is an artist's painting. Isn't
Oh, right,
it?
so it's supposed to be the same
Well, I
jacket.
don't know. It might not be. He does wear a different safari jacket. He wears a lot of the time. It probably isn't the same one. This is probably his linen suit.
Oh,
he wears
is
a
it?
linen
Oh,
suit
right,
a lot
okay.
in this.
Yeah,
period.
don't do anything for me, that.
So not with like the pale blue shirt
No.
and the okay.
No,
all right.
no,
Well,
get rid
I
of
thought
that.
I'd just chuck that in there as like a bit of a
Fair enough.
a trump card to see what you thought of that. I don't know.
Are there any others?
Yeah, there might be a few variations upon. He sometimes wears a badge with a sort of smiley face on it.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I don't know. I don't know the New Adventures very well, so if someone knows in the comments why he wears that pin badge with the smiley face like the Watchman, please let us know. That'd be great. Out of the two, out of that one and the film one,
I'd rather go with that one.
you'd rather go with that
Definitely.
one because this feels
It's similar.
more like a gradual metamorphosis of what he was
I'd
wearing.
rather go with that one.
Interesting. Okay, I guess the TV movie one is very different, isn't it?
Yeah,
Generally
it is.
speaking.
Oh, yeah. I mean, take the hat away and it's different. It's completely different altogether.
So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. We had fun, I think,
Yeah, it was
filming
good.
it. And I know you love showing off your costume because you're sad. So if you'd like to see me and Johnny do some more videos, just the two of us, because I know a few people have requested over the years, like, oh, do more of just you two, because we used to do reviews of certain Sylvester McCoy stories. I think someone actually said, could you review all the Sylvester McCoy stories together?
Gosh.
So maybe that's something for another time. That'd be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Because that might be quite nice because you might have memories of.
Yes.
Oh, actually, I remember watching this story.
Yeah.
At Nanny's house or
Yeah.
whatever. So yeah, if you have any ideas for stuff that you'd like just me and Johnny to do, then yeah, leave me a comment below and we'll get on with it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.
Bye.
Cut this bit out. It's bollocks and talking nonsense.